Hey guys, come along with me as I show you a detailed step-by-step guide on how I drafted the pattern for the making of this beautiful mesh maxi dress. As always, it's your girl Uwa Apparel. Kindly hit the subscribe button and let's get started. So I have here my pattern paper for the drafting of the upper portion of this dress. That is if you do not want to draft the full bodies, as this will enable you line the skirt portion. Okay, so I've already gone ahead to draft my starting line, my chest line, my bust line, and my waist line. And on the starting line, I'm taking a neck width of 4 inches and a depth of 3.5 inches. It's a simple round neckline pattern. Okay, so I'll go ahead to connect both points together now using my curve rule, and thereafter I took my shoulder to shoulder measurement of 8 inches. Okay, so I would make a point there now, and then from that point I'll be taking my shoulder slope of 1 inch, and using my ruler I'll go ahead now to connect that point back into the neck area like so. And then also I'm going to be ruling a straight line all the way from that shoulder slope to meet the chest line. So this will enable me draft my arm hole. So on my chest line, I took a measurement of 10 inches, which is my bust round divided by 4. And then I added extra 1.5 inch allowance to it. And so for the drafting of our arm hole, I determined the midpoint there and also went in by half of an inch. And using my curve rule now, I'm simply connecting all 3 points together like so. And then on my waistline, I took my waist measurement divided by 4. It gave me 8. I marked it and also added extra 1.5 inch allowance to it. And now you can see me using my curve rule to connect the sides from the chest line to the waist line. And after I was done, I went ahead to cut out my pattern. Okay, so this is a basic pattern that you require for the top portion of this mesh maxi dress. Okay, so we'll set this aside now to work on the skirt portion. So this paper here is quite long because I joined two pattern papers together. So ensure to do that so you will have the pattern paper that is long enough for your measurement. And then I also went ahead to fold it in two, and I'm simply taking the length for this skirt. Okay, it is actually very long, but we are going to be working with 45 inches of length. Okay, and so the point there is where I'm ruling a straight line across. So that's the full length of this skirt. It's 45 inches. And so on the starting line there, I'm going to be taking the measurement of the waist to the hip point, which is 10 inches. So I just indicated with a point. And from that hip point, I went down by 1.5 inches. And I also indicated with a point. So I'll go ahead now to rule a straight line across those points which I just indicated. So having done that now, I'll be taking my waist measurements on the starting line, which is 8 inches, and I'll also go ahead to add extra 1 inch to it. So on the hip line, I took my hip circumference measurement divided by 4, which was 10, and I also added extra 1 inch allowance to it. So I'll be repeating this hip measurement on the second line below it. The exact same measurement I took on the hip line is what I'm going to be repeating there like so. And then our final measurement for this category would be the finishing line. Okay, so I'm going to be connecting this point to the finishing line. So on the finishing line, I added extra 1 inch to the measurement I took on the hip line. So instead of 11 inches, I took a measurement of 12 inches. So I'm simply using my straight rule now to connect the side to the finishing line like so. And afterwards, I went ahead to cut out my pattern. So next, you can see me going up on the border area of this skirt pattern by 2 inches. Okay, so I'll go ahead now to rule a curve around that portion like so, and then I would continue to cut my pattern. So after I was done cutting it out, this is what we have. So we have been able to draft a straight skirt. This is not a pencil skirt per se, it is a straight skirt. And this Maxi dress isn't a straight pattern. So to be able to achieve that flare or that circle pattern, it's not a flare shape per se. You can see me extending that line under the hip line. So I drew it all the way to the other end. And then I went down at the middle area there by 3 inches. And using my straight rule, I'm connecting that point, that depth point now to the side. So I will be repeating this on the other side as well. So after was done, we are now having a sort of a triangular shape. So I'll go ahead now to rule a straight line across the middle area there like so, and then I'll go ahead to cut it out. So ensure to be careful while cutting. When you get to that point there, the triangular point there, ensure you do not cut further. And while cutting on the side, make sure you do not cut through the complete side. Okay, so you can see it's still joined together after I was done cutting. So now that we are done cutting, I would be opening this pattern up now, so you can see that after opening it up, the skirt is now wider at the bottom area. So that middle space there that is showing the background or the ground, I went ahead to put another pattern paper underneath it to cover that space because we are not done drafting our pattern. I also went ahead to hold it in place using my paper tape. You can see what I'm doing there. And then at the bottom area, it wasn't completely covered. So I also attached a piece of paper there so as to be able to cut through evenly. And this is what it is now looking like after I was done, putting a new pattern paper. So we'll go ahead now to continue our drafting. So on the hip area there, you can see me taking a measurement. I went down from the waist by 4 inches. I made a point there. So I did that for both sides. So on the second line there, I went in by 7 inches, okay, from the side. And I'll be doing that on the other side as well. So I would make a point there, all right. And after this, I went ahead to fold my pattern paper in two. This measurement is such that could be taken when your pattern paper is in a fold, okay. So you can see what I just did there using my curve rule. Now I connected the points on the hip side now to the point on the second line, and from there I took a straight line all the way to the border of this skirt like so. So having done that, I'll go ahead to cut through that pattern I just drafted. So this is what it is now looking like, and you could tell from the actual picture of the blue gown that the beauty was on the draping of the gathers. So for the side, it was gathers that was made. The easiest method is to make gathers around that portion I'm indicating with my finger. So you could go ahead to make the gathers on the fabric first before attaching it or placing your pattern paper on the fabric. Okay, so you could make your gathers on the fabric, and then you hold the fabric in place on the side using your paints, okay, as I'm indicating with my finger. And then the second method, which is quite tedious, is the slash and spread method. That method will help you make pleats. Okay, so one slash will create an extra allowance of the same size. Like I'm taking a slash measurement of 1.5 inches, so it is quite tedious opening each of these slash now and folding the pleats. So if you look very well at the picture at the beginning of the video, gathers was the method used and it came out beautifully. So I encourage you to use the gather method. It will give you the same beauty, it will give you the same drape effect because it is a mesh fabric. If it were to be Ankara fabric, it will be very bogus. So I went ahead now to place all pattern that I had drafted together. So you can see the top portion there, the skirt having a sort of Basque waistline, and then the portion that had that gather, and then you can see what the slash and spread method is looking like. So this is the body of this dress. Please take note that this pattern which is drafted is for both the back and the front. Mesh fabric is very stretchy, so you do not need zipper or zipper allowance. So this pattern is going to be used for drafting of the back and the front. And if you have enough fabric, because this outfit will require about 6 yards and more of mesh fabric. If you have enough fabrics, you could make the same gathers for that pattern on both sides, for both the front and the back, or you could make that gathers for only the two sides of the front and just draft the pattern the way it is there for the back. Okay, so we'll go ahead now to draft the pattern for the sleeve of this mesh maxi dress. So I have here on the table my pattern paper in a fold. Please take note that the sleeve is a fitted sleeve, okay? Is as in very holding close to the body, okay? And so the width of this pattern paper in a fold is 6 inches, while the length is 20, I think 24.5 inches of length. Okay, so this is the length we require for this sleeve. All right, so at the very top there is where I'm going to be drafting my sleeve cap, and for that I went down by 4.5 inch. I made a point there, and then also I'll be going with a depth of 3 inches. And using my curve rule, after marking out that 3 inches point there, I'll go ahead now to use my curve rule to connect from the side there. This is what I basically do: flip the curve over to the other side to draft, you know, an opposite curve pattern. Okay, so for my sleeve round, I'm going to get the sleeve round around the elbow area and also around the wrist. So for the elbow length, it is 11.5 inches, and then from the shoulder to the wrist is 21 inches. So after indicating with a point there, I would also go ahead to rule a straight line across those indications I just made. All right. So for the elbow round, I'm taking a measurement of 5.5 inches because My elbow circumference around is 11 inches, while the wrist round I took a measurement of 8 inches. And using my straight rule now, you can see me drafting a straight line across the points which I just indicated. Okay, so for the wrist round, the line couldn't be straight, so I had to make adjustments there, like so. Okay, so from that point, if you look very well at the Maxi dress, there is this unique pattern on the sleeve around the palm area. Okay, so that is the pattern I'm going to be showing to us right now. So from this wrist length to that portion, we took a measurement of 3 inches, like so. And you can see the way I'm shaping the sleeve border area there, making it wider sort of. And then I'm also going to create a sort of a curve around the border of this sleeve, like so. And also on the top portion there, where the thumb finger usually is, I also went ahead to create a curve there. With this, we have successfully come to the end of this week's tutorial video. I hope you enjoyed it. If at this point you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Be a part of this sewing community because we love you here. Kindly hit the subscribe button, give your girl a thumbs up, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. As always, it's your girl, Owa Apparel. Until then, stay fabulous.